like a boss.
Alright, ladies, welcome to Mindful Attraction 2.0. This is Alex. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 crucial rules to keep your man interested. And this is important because you have to learn what are the mentalities, how you should approach situations, how you should think in order to keep your man interested. What kind of model of the world, what kind of model of how you see attraction determines how guys stay in your life and how guys treat you. You see what I'm saying? So depending on how you see the world, it will dictate how often guys attract, how much, how long guys remain interested in you and the intensity behind the attraction. All right. So with that being said, let me show you guys how to do it. Right. And if you guys want one-on-one coaching, go to mindfulattraction.org. Also, follow me on social media. You see it on the links up here. All right. Anyways, let's get started. So, the first rule is this, right? Your strength becomes your weakness. Don't rely on your strengths, okay? So, why is this? I'm going to read off of the notes. Develop other areas. Handicap yourself in order to force yourself to work on your weaknesses. If your beauty and ambition is what attracted him, then he might get tired of it after a while if that's all you are, right? In order to diversify, you must open your mind. You must begin to have a sense of wonder towards life. This openness comes from the present moment. But this is not only makes you happy, but it gives you depth in the eyes of your man. He will not have that inevitable downfall of losing interest as a result of your one-dimensionalness. In other words, if you, for example, Matthew Hussey said, I actually got this from Matthew Hussey. He once said that he was once with a girl, right, and she dumped him, right? And she told her she dumped him, right? Okay, I believe that. I'm messing around, just kidding. But he was like, yo, yeah, can you tell me why you dumped me, right? That's why he was like, man, look, let me tell you why I dumped you, right? He was like, yes. And she was like, look, I dumped you because you were boring. And he was like, oh no, it broke my heart. And the reason why he said it broke his heart is because he then asked her, why did it make me boring? Why was I boring? And she was like, because you were the most ambitious guy I ever met. You were awesome. I mean, you weren't the most ambitious guy she ever met. But that was all he was, you know. You were working all the time, and that's all you ever thought about. Okay, and to her, she didn't like that. So, and this is why a lot of guys lose interest, because you might just rely on one aspect of yourself, your strength. You know, you only focus on your strength and you hide your weaknesses, and so as a result, they're very weak, and so they're very underdeveloped, kind of like NBA players who are good at basketball but have no personalities. I'm just being, generalizing. So there's always an exception to the rule. So if you rely on your looks, then you gotta deprive yourself of your looks. Put yourself in situations where your looks are not needed, and where your personality is most important. For example, like if you notice that you're really good at, if you're really good at in one area, then put yourself in an area where you're weak at, so that you could experience weakness. You see, because that allows you to grow as an individual. And if you're not interested in other things in life, then that means you have a closed mind. And in order to do that, then you just have to. The reason why a lot of people have closed minds is because of biases and judgment. Those biases and judgment are made out of thoughts and emotions that label things, right? So what you have to do is open yourself up to life through becoming aware of the present moment, bringing your awareness to all your senses rather than bringing your awareness to your thoughts, and that will expand your level of awareness. So as a result, when you will naturally have a curiosity to life. You will naturally lean towards experiences that will allow you to learn new things and to diversify in terms of your personality. So becoming present to the moment allows you to become curious about life, and you have that sense of wonder that you once had when you were a child, right? And that comes through the present moment, right? Practicing yoga, practicing awareness of the breath, and that fixes a lot of those problems, right? And so that allows you to have different aspects of yourself, and you also get in touch with your masculine side, because if you're just a feminine, he's gonna get tired of your feminine side. He wants to live with masculine, and the way to do that is not to force it, but to become aware of those aspects of yourself. Become aware of the parts that you suppress. You see what I'm saying? Number 2, have self-awareness and notice when you're overstimulating. Even though a man wants you around a lot, he's going to lose interest as a result of it, right? So the remedy becomes worse than it is. In other words, you ask him, what do you want from me? He says, I want your time. But if you give him too much of your time, too many compliments, too much attention, too much validation, he's going to say, fuck, they really didn't want this. What he really wanted is a balance, right? For example, I may love it. Let's say I play let's say there's a video game, right? And I love the video game and I always win. And I lose sometimes and I win sometimes. And the reason why I love winning is because I lose sometimes. But let's just say I got really good at that game and I always win. Is the game fun now? It's not fun anymore, right? So what do I do? In order to have more fun, change the game or ramp up the difficulty level? You ramp up the difficulty level. Nothing wrong with the game. It's just too easy. Same thing. Is that it's not that he lost interest because of you. He just lost interest because it was too easy. You were giving everything too easy. You see? So you gotta ramp up the difficulty level. Alright? So you gotta notice when you're just there too much. Notice when you're just being there too often. You see, when you're always just being too supportive, right? And just take a step back, right? If you want to know how to do that, go watch the video, how to make a man chase through the hot and cold method. It's called the two-step formula. You know what I'm talking about. It says the two-step formula. It shows you that how to do that. But if you're always consistently there, always consistently trying to make him happy, he's gonna go tired. And you just have to be aware when you're getting to that point where you're just always there, so that you could take a step back and actually avoid the common downfall of women overstimulating their guys with their presence, right? Number 3, become your own source of positive emotions. So a lot of reasons why guys lose attraction to women is because women, they never relied on their own selves to become happy. In other words, their happiness depended on the guy's validation, the guy's opinion of them. You see, who they are and how they feel depends on other people's opinions of them, right? And that's for evolutionary reasons, to survive, but it's not good to help you be happy and to help you be yourself and to maintain healthy relationships that help you grow. So what you have to do is become your own source of positive emotions. You got to learn how to deprive yourself of things that make you happy, of things where you derive your self-esteem. For example, for a lot of men is women, right? So you got to learn how to put yourself in a position where you get rejected. Learn how to put yourself in a position when you're not going to get any validation from women, and notice what happens. Notice the inner turmoil, because that's the thing that you've been trying to avoid. That's underneath that is where you are. You see, and that's the thing that causes you to act needy and causes guys to run away from you. So by observing it and bringing it into the light of your awareness, you bring in the unconscious patterns of you into conscious awareness, and thus liberating you from those patterns, right? And so when you do that, you start noticing that you become at peace. You become more relaxed. Why? Not because you did something to be happy, but because you became aware of the things you suppressed. And that allows your whole body to relax, because what happens is that when you notice those things you suppress, it sends signals of relaxation. Your body relaxes, the tense areas relax. Suddenly your face goes from this to this, and your personality in general, that was once rigid, relaxes. Now, in terms of rigidity, is in this case is the insecurity and the apprehension and the shame and the guilt that you once experienced. Those will turn from that to peace, into acceptance, right? It's not going to change it. It's just going to go from this to this, right? And that's going to allow you to be more of to be a better person to hang out. And so what's going to happen is that it's going to make you less needy, because you already have everything you need, right? Not because you got things, but because you shifted your attention from things into the pain, and from doing that you relaxed it away, and you allowed your body to process it, right? And so there's not going to be any more pain inside of you, any more pain that you're trying to hide through his validation, and thus making you less needy, right? So that's one of the things, because we gotta remember, guys lose interest because of neediness. So by simply removing the neediness, you remove one of the factors of why guys lose interest, and as a result, increase the likelihood of him staying interested in you. Number 4, keep him sexually competitive, and keep him in a sexually competitive state. It's important to realize that your boyfriend or husband realizes that other men want you, and that if he doesn't work to keep you interested, he might lose you, right? If the love is unconditional, men will take you for granted, and as a result, lose interest. They might even cheat on you as a result, right? You must achieve this by creating space, increase your social circle, and doing activities where other men are involved, like taking salsa classes. One second, let me check this is on. Good. Like taking salsa class, taking jiu-jitsu classes, right? Taking martial arts classes, just doing anything where there's other people involved, right? For example, I told this client of mine, go take some jiu-jitsu classes, and she was like, why? Just take jiu-jitsu. She took jiu-jitsu. You know what happened? Suddenly her man wanted to go. Suddenly he started working out a lot more. Suddenly he started paying more attention to her, simply because he realized that by going to jiu-jitsu, there's going to be other guys more athletic, better looking around his girl. And so what happened? He had to compete for her once again. So he started going to jiu-jitsu. He started trying to impress her, and she managed to rekindle the relationship by simply putting him in a sexually competitive state, and putting him around, and letting him understand that there's other men around him, other men wanting you. But when you consistently tell him that you'll never leave him, even though that's good, you wanna give him the hint that there are other guys around you. You do have other options. That thought in his mind makes him value you more. Trust me when I tell you that. Trust me. All right. The last one, the mentality to be willing to walk away. I made a video on this. The number one female mindset that makes guys fall in love with you. All right. So you want to watch it, but let me give you a short excerpt about this. You must develop the mentality to be willing to walk away, or else every guy will walk away from you. For example, it's kind of like when you sell. Let's say when you're selling, right? And you have a product, and let's say that you have no money left and that you need to make the sale, right? What's the difference between you needing to make the sale as opposed to you already made a whole bunch of sales and you don't mind if this seller walks away? What's the difference? The difference is that you have more leverage to negotiate. You're able to say, I'm not going to compromise I'm not going to lower the price of this product. This is what it is. I have other options. You can walk away. People are going to feel that, and they're going to sense the scarcity. And as a result, they're going to be more prone to close a deal and to buy from you. So when a guy feels like you have other options and that you're willing to walk away and that you don't need him, but you want him, you see, and that there are other people out there that can make you happy, the guy is going to think twice about how he's going to treat you. And he's going to stay interested in you as a result of it. I'm telling you, right? Because when he knows that you're not willing to walk away, guess what? You lose your power. You know, he knows you're not willing to walk away, so he can do whatever he wants. You see, but when he knows that your love is not unconditional, that there are things that he could do to fuck up, and that you will take action as a result of his stupidity, then he is going to take you a little bit more seriously and respect you a little bit more. Is it fucked up? Kinda, but it is what it is. That's how life is, and you have to communicate that, right? And so, in order to develop this mentality, you have to be willing to walk away. And so in order to do this, you have to have your values. You have to realize that you could be happy on your own. And that comes through you observing your pain and through testing it, through really going through pain and staying in the pain and realizing that even though you might be experiencing this pain, you're still there and you're still at peace because you're not resisting it. Read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle talks about that. But the point is that when you realize that you could derive your sense of being, a sense of happiness, sense of fulfillment from your own self, you don't need him anymore. You see, and so when you realize that you don't need him anymore, you say to yourself, why am I with him? What is he providing? And so then you say to yourself, all right, what are things that if he does, I will walk away. Write those down and keep them in mind. And you don't have to tell him. Just keep that in mind and really believe that you're going to walk away. And what's going to happen is that those thoughts and those emotions are going to be sub-communicated. And that's how you're going to affect it. Not by telling him you're going to walk away, but by subtly insinuating it through your real certainty that if he fucks up, he's going to walk away. He's going to feel that in your energy. You see? Because he's going to feel less suffocated. He's going to feel that, yeah, you could do that. You could walk away if you want to. I don't mind. Guys feel, I'm telling you, I had a woman who didn't mind walking away. And it's kind of annoying, but it's attractive. It's annoying as shit, knowing that she could be okay without you. Fucking hate that shit, man. I remember this one girl did that to me, right? But it's true. It works. Anyways, ask for mindfulattraction.org. If you guys want one-on-one coaching, go to mindfulattraction.org/endgamecoaching. I'm going to be going to Colombia today. Yeah, today. So if you guys are around there, just let me know. I'll be in the area. I'm going to go into Medellin. Let me see. If you guys want monthly coaching, my monthly program, don't forget to, you could check that out. It's called Coach in the Pocket. If you guys want to follow me on social media, on Snapchat, right there, you can follow me right there. You know, those are the ways to follow me. And hit the notification bar, please. Come on. The notification bar, the little bell thing. Just hit it, all right? Because it'll remind you when I'm putting out videos and you'll be able to watch it, all right? Anyways, take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.